So again, super pumped to have you here. This is going to be a good time for you to work. Let's change our mindset. Don't look at it as, all right, I'm just going to sit down. Really, it is about your posture, your energy, and that gets conveyed to whoever you're talking to. So you can on the couch sit there, chill, and go through and send messages. But remember, your energy is going to be schlumpy. So sometimes, if you really want to make sure that what you're putting out there is what people are going to be attracted to, then you need to lift up and sometimes get up and really move around. Sometimes what I'll do is I'm walking around my office sending voice memos to people, just talking and talking and talking, because energy is going to be conveyed through your body as well. So that's first things first, is thinking about, okay, when we're talking to people, you're going to get a quicker and faster response if you do two things. One, text message them. So if you have the option to be able to text message someone, I would suggest text messaging over emailing. That's number one. And even better so is sending a voice memo in text. Like that is better, better, better. Okay, so that's going to be your best option. If you are using Facebook Messenger or the DM, it is best, again, just send your messages off in voice memo. Like that, I don't like to talk, honestly, because I'm a cheerleader from high school with damaged vocal cords going all the way up through, presenting, master trainer, and all that stuff, that I don't like to use my vocal cords unless I really need to. But I find that, oh my gosh, it's just so much easier. And I'm a one finger typer. I type pretty fast, but I'm a one finger typer. But sometimes it's just better hit that microphone and just say it. People connect faster when they hear you are not just copy pasting from the last person you were just talking to. Does that make sense? So think about those two big things as we're going through this power hour today, and when we're going to be putting the invites out there and when we put the follow-ups out there. Now, those two actions, they have to be the priority of your daily business activity. Because if you sit there and sit down to go do your coaching business and you have a to-do list, and on your to-do list, you've got create an amazing social media post, go check in with my challengers and pump them up, go check in on my team and see if they're moving forward. Like that doesn't grow your business tomorrow. That will grow your business, but that activity has to be moved down. You need to put what the most important activity is up at the top. So if you're like, I got no time to do this, I'm sitting there in the kid pickup line and I got 15 minutes here. Boom. Guess what? That's 15 minutes that you could grow your business sitting in school pickup line rather than playing Candy Crush or whatever popular game is right now on your phone. Okay. So think about that. Pockets of time will grow your business. And that's exactly how I've grown my business in the beginning, especially when I had full-time jobs. So stop looking for the perfect environment to grow your business. I got two kids at home running crazy with 3 labs around the house and a snow day, and my husband constantly interrupting me in my office no matter what. He thinks that I can focus even though I have ADD, but he has to constantly tell me something all the time. Like, that's how work is. You got to find those pockets. And if you can focus on pockets, you're going to grow your business. But it's what do you do in those pockets? So I'm just going to do some quick housekeeping like I always like to do in the beginning. I created this little graphic. It's for coaches that I've built into a new coach training system, which you can use as well. This is basically it in a nutshell. When you're looking at, okay, if you're a fairly new coach, or if you're a coach that struggles with consistency or knowing what to do every day, honestly, this is what it is. If you're brand new, I always suggest that you complete a document called the First 48 Hours document. And if you want to get it, I'll show you where you're going to be able to get it. That the Fit Life training group is mine. That's my challenge group. So just a challenge group, tell them what to start doing their workouts, start focusing on personal development. They can't start drinking their shake because it takes a freaking week or more to get it. So that's why that's not there. And watch a new coach getting started training part 1, which I'll show you where it is. And then what do you do every day? This is my advice for new coaches. Do your best to pick 3 power hours per week at least. If you could do more, hooray. But no matter what, schedule 3 and they text me which ones they are. I say focus predominantly when you're a new coach on doing networking and connecting ones as well as the vitals ones. Because first couple weeks, that's most important when you're a brand new coach. Yes, I would like you to be on mine too, because that is going to be something you're going to do, but maybe they're not there yet. Maybe we're not in the inviting stage yet. So these are some things to think about when you are growing. Oh, thanks, Perline. Thank you so much. I just saw your message. She is closed captioning it. What is transcribing it? I had to think of the word. So this is some of the basic information that you want to do when you're a brand new coach. If you're looking at your first couple weeks, what are you doing? This is it. So I'll show you some options of what you can use. And again, this is all part of what's available to you on my website, platinumpresenters.com. Whether you're on my team or not, it doesn't make a difference, but this is all free and available. First things first thing, here's what I want you to do. Today's the perfect storm day, literally, but it is Thursday, the day I run a power hour, as well as the night I'm going to be rerunning a live presentation sharing what is a preferred customer and what is a coach and why you'll want to do it. I also talk about what does a preferred customer do every day and what does a coach do every day. This presentation is tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So what I would suggest you do is make it your commitment and goal for this power hour to use that for let me do the talking for you. So if you don't know who I am an old dog in this business. I have been around for 13 and a half years as a coach. I earned top coach my very first month. We used to do it monthly, actually. I'm a Superstar Diamond 2 coach, and I've been one of the pillars of leaders in success in this business. And I want you to know that you're in good hands, but don't do the talking. When you're trying to invite people to check out what coaching is about, if you try to explain to them what they're going to do to coaching, consider that person not signing up. Because that was me. Someone told me about coaching and what I would do with it, and I thought they were dumb. I did not want to do what they told me I would do with it. So consider that when you start talking to someone. Catch yourself. Catch yourself if you discover, oh my gosh, I'm starting to rattle on and tell them all the things that make no sense to them. Like, we've got a challenge group, and then we run a bod group, and it's so fun. What we do is we're doing this brand new workout, job one, and what you'll do is you'll jump on power hours, and we support you 100%. It's so fun. You're going to want to be a part of it. No, don't sign me up for that, because you lost me. First of all, I already told you I have ADD. I didn't hear any of that. The second thing is I'm a choleric personality type, meaning I just want to know the facts. Just tell me the bullet points. So stop trying to fluff it up. Use the resources called the third-party tools. I'm going to be your tool if you want me to use it tonight. So if you want someone to jump on a live presentation, all you do is go to that button right there on the left, get their name and email, sign them up. They're going to get an email with the Zoom link and tonight's call reminder 30 minutes before. So that's my suggestion, is to do that first of all. And let me get rid of that. Then the second thing, I already told you, the this or that. In the chat, I put in there, and I'll copy it in now again because I know some of you came in after. I put my master links of all the stuff I'm talking about in the chat, so that's there now. My advice always is to tell people of this or that approach of sharing the business. So when you're telling someone, hey, you should check out preferred coaching or preferred customer or coaching, always have two options: the short, quick Carl Deichler video or a longer presentation, which I shared the Facebook link for one of the recorded ones that I have. So it's up to you. What do you want to do today? You got a live presentation with me, and if you don't think I can do a good enough job for you, then find somebody else's video to use. Just do somebody else's content. It doesn't have to be your own. Stop trying to create it and be all by yourself, making everything yourself. Use the tools. Another thing of housekeeping, as I said, if you are a new coach or you have new coaches getting started, I put together this revamped page, and it will continue to revamp as I re-record videos and make things better. But right here, if you just go to Coach Getting Started Training, it's going to take you to this. All you do is fill this out when you immediately get emailed that first 48 hours document. you get this email, you get that first 48 hours document, you get a business activities tracker, and then you get to enter the coach training site, which is this. It's a 3-part getting started system. This video is about 20 minutes long. It's a getting started right video. And then the second thing is teaching them how to get to Emerald, Success Club, and income. And then the third would be social media setup and training. This is a simple getting started training for new coaches or anybody who hasn't moved forward in their business. All right, so let's get going. We got to get going in our first activity. And if you've been here before, you know this is something I'm going to always preach, is to remove anything that says Beachbody on your bios. So if on your Facebook page or on your Instagram page, you have I'm a Beachbody coach, get rid of it right now while I'm talking. Do this right now, because anything that when someone is discovering who is this person, they're going to go to your page. They do a 3-second decision on if you should be someone they follow by these things. First things first is they look at your little circle head and they look to decide, who is this person? Do I connect with that picture? So if you've got a picture of you with another person in it, get rid of it. It needs to be your simple head, first of all and foremost. The second thing that they do is they do a quick glance. They're not reading all your bullet points per se. Don't think that they are. They're not that interested in you. What they're doing is a quick glance on, what does this person say here? What words are popping out? And if they see the word Beachbody, that's a red alarm word that they're gonna run. Not everybody loves it just like you. It means when they read the word Beachbody, they replace that word with, they're gonna stalk me and sell me hard. Does that make sense? So that also means your URL. If your URL is your Beachbody store, that's dumb, first of all, but I know it's a new mistake that a lot of people make. So I'm not calling you dumb. I'm just saying it's a dumb thing, because nobody's ever going to click on your shop and randomly buy everything. It's not Amazon. We don't get lost in Target on your website. Like, we don't. So the way that you always want to make sure is, if you're putting a link there, create a link tree, a generalized link that may, when they open up, give them options of join my fit club group or whatever you're going to call it, or get 12 to 15 new free workouts here from professionally produced workouts, whatever you want it to say. But create a different link that's going to go there. And if you don't know how to create a sign up form, so say for instance, you want to have a link there that people will sign up if they want more information, whatever that's going to be, whether it's about preferred customer or coaching, go create a free sign up form. And I put in the chat a video tutorial teaching you how to do that if you don't know what to do. So let's get going. We're going to start with our first activity, which I always like to do first, is let's start going through some of the previous comments on some of your posts. So go to your Facebook page or your Instagram page, whatever one you've recently posted on, and pull up some of the past posts that you did. Start scanning through some of the comments. Now, even if you've already replied to those comments, go to that person's page and go comment on one of their posts. All we're trying to do right now is just to create a bit of interaction and engagement and some red notifications. Basically, that's what we're trying to do. So here's some ideas of who you can go find if you don't have much to post about. Here's who you can go chat with. Keep it simple. Don't invite them to a Beachbody challenge group. Don't invite them to watch the presentation tonight. Don't invite them to try Shakeology. We're keeping all Beachbody out. We're keeping it human conversations. That's what we're doing right now. And the reason why there's a CLAM here is because CLAM stands for CLAM. Comment, like, add them, message them. That's kind of the perfect world of what you could do to really start engagement. So let's spend some time doing that. Okay, so we're going to wrap that up. You got your little wiggles out, just started to have conversations with people and not flubbing over an agenda. That's our goal. Is if you go out with an agenda, people are going to see right through that. They're going to feel this desperation and they know that you need them and you don't need them. I've got an audio, a podcast that I did. It's called I Don't Need You. So if you struggle with that feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm waiting for this one person to come through so I can achieve Emerald, or I asked one person or two people and I'm waiting for those two. If you struggle with asking few people and waiting on them to follow through, then you need to listen to this audio. And I'll put the link in the chat when we break again for you to go do your work. This page is going to be quick and short right here. This is what I want you to keep in the front of your mind is when you are asking people to do something with you, whether that is join your team or to join your next challenge coming up, is what is different about you over the other 400,000 coaches that can sell the exact same product. Some of the things you want to consider is what makes your group a success, or what is your coach doing that helps the group be more successful. Some things that I do with my challenge group is I don't run it myself. I have a group of my other coaches where we do it together. We all add our own coaches and customers in this group so that it's not just all on my shoulders to constantly engage, comment, or put up a post. We do it together so that people see that we lean on each other. That's going to be your best bet when you're trying to grow, especially if you're trying to grow a dead challenge group, is drop the dead challenge group. I did. I had my own forever and I had very closed iron shut doors on how you could get in, but I dropped that and I now opened up to doing it more together, and it is produced engagement, and it's not always mine. So that's one thing to think about. But here's something of other ideas. What makes you different? And please drop the fun. Stop saying your group is fun, unless that's exactly the person you need to bring in. If they need fun, then that's what you say to them. But that should not be a reason why someone's going to want to join your group. Think of the problem that the person has that you want to help. And what is your solution? Not the workout, not the shake, because we know that's just another workout. That's just another shake. What is your solution of bringing people together going to do to help them have success this time? So start thinking about that. All right, let's move into our next exercise. Where am I at? So we're going to now go to inviting. We're going to do an invitation and I'll show you how to add people to a collection. I've got a video of it, just if you don't know how. This is over on Instagram. So if you're using Facebook, I don't know a different way. I know there used to be lists, but I don't know. I just use this. Yeah, that's what I do. This is my working list, but I also then have digital forms of a master collection list. So that's also what I do. But what you're going to do is you're now going to go invite. Here's an example of an invitation. And every time I have this example here, I should probably change it because everybody is always like, how do you just sell 2 weeks of job one? You don't. It's basically giving them the idea of just a short-term commitment. And you could give them maybe that free access to body for a day or whatever you want to offer them. But replace that language there to be what's current or what is good and promotional right now. So maybe you want to include that promo code option and make it sound elite. Because we know that we all got this one promo code that can be used by billions of people. They don't know that, right? So make it sound like, oh my gosh, I've only got 2 more left. So that's something you want to keep evasive. Especially if you're in your stories, don't say I've got 2 more left, because then on Monday you're going to go, I've got 2 more left. So replace it with I've only got a couple or a few. Like, keep it simple. All right. That's the first, what I would suggest. But start going to these people, the who's, and invite them to what's going on. Now, how do you keep track of people that you're trying to follow up with? Because it takes around 7 times for someone to see something before they're going to want to do it. And remember, life is like this. If we didn't realize that in the past couple of years, I hope you do now. What is amazing for someone right now, where you invited them to a challenge group and they're like, no, I am so fit right now. I don't need your challenge group. Who knows what happened 2 months later with that person, right? We don't know. So always invite, because life changes so much. And here's a way to keep track of those people. I hope I'm not muted, because usually I talk and I'm muted. Okay. um, is you're going to go to the person that you want to keep conversations with and just choose any of their photos, and you're going to save it to a collection. Now you can do it monthly, or you could just do it as a general collection. Now this person right here, Mindy Lawhorn, you don't need to go stalk her to ask her to become a coach, because she's already a 15-star diamond coach. She's one of my BFFs. So she's amazing. I'm just using her as an example. So watch this video to learn how to create a collection. So you open up, you flag it, you click that little banner, and then it's going to save to. If you don't currently have a collection, create one. So this, I created this video in January or in December. So now I've got this folder. And every time I'm now going to add someone that I want to flag, I'm going to add them to that folder. You'll go to the top 3 lines at the top to find it and go to saved. And here's your saved folders. And you'll add people in here. So let's spend some time inviting people to what you have coming up. And now this is where your promo codes are going to be a huge advantage. Here's a big tip. If you feel you've already invited someone again and again and again and again, and you're like, how do I just asked them a week ago, and you want to tell them again, follow up with them and say, oh my gosh, great news. I just got a $20 off coupon code. I don't know if you're interested, but I just wanted to shoot a message off to you since we were already chatting. Done. Keep it simple. You just put a little ding for them to check out something. So always blame yourself. I think that I have that coming up. But when I know that someone is read my messages, I always blame myself as to why they're not responding. So don't say, I know you're busy. Personally, I can't stand that phrase. When someone messages me and says, I know you're busy, I hate it, because I'm only busy when I want to be busy, when I'm working. But otherwise, I protected my time. I'm free and fancy free to do what I want. Stop telling people they're busy, because it makes them feel bad. How does it make you feel when I say you're busy? Okay? So what I want you to do is blame yourself. Say, oh my gosh, my email's been acting up. I don't know if you messaged me, so I'm just following back with you. Okay? And before I go, we got 3 people who stuck out to me. First of all, Mary Douglas. She's my favorite student because she said she loves me from Turbo Kick. Yo, Mary, thanks so much. Okay, and then we got Jessie Knight was great because she was doing voice memos. I caught you. And I love Jen with double N, sparkly silver curtain in the background. All right, let's get to work. Hey, let's move on. So again, put a star next to that activity if you're in the middle of it and you're like, oh, I got more to do. Put a star next to it so that you can go back and follow up. Shout outs we got to Christina Pryor. I saw you doing your voice memos as well. Stephanie Richardson. I am just jealous of your office background. It's like absolutely beautiful. I want to sit in that pink chair. And thanks again to Perline for doing transcription. Let's now go through to the follow up. Not right now. No, maybe in the future people. So do you have that list of people that you've asked before and they're like, no, I'm too busy? Like right now, I am deep in club volleyball. We have 2 weekends of tournaments to sit through. It's hard. We're busy. But that's a busy time in my life. And again, remember the cycle that people's lives are so up and down and available, unavailable right now that we have to constantly ask people to move forward. And it's going to be different depending on where they are in their stage of life, as well as is this a problem enough that they want a solution? So start thinking about your differences, that solution difference to them. So that person that has that problem, what is their problem? Is the problem that they are gung ho following, like, yeah, I'm working out. I'm doing this for 2 weeks at 4 in the morning. And then all of a sudden they start falling off and hitting that snooze. What is their problem? Well, first of all, if you told me to work out at 4 in the morning, I'll probably do it for a couple days, but it's not happening forever. There's no way. I'm not that person. So that's not a good time for me. Trying to force someone into doing something that is kind of against their circadian rhythm may not be a benefit for them. So figure out, where do they fall off the wagon? Think of that question for yourself and put it in comments. Because if you put it in comments, that might help other people learn where people fall off the wagon. Because you may be a robot and perfectly fit and perfect all the time. You don't know what the problems could be. So if you've got an issue that you fall off, like for me, I go in these waves of, I do great with vegetables, then all of a sudden I basically have no vegetables at all. Like I go through these stages of nutrition. Where do you fall off the wagon? Where do you need that punch, that push? Okay, so put it in comments. It'll help other people. Also, I put in the comments that I don't need you audio, as well as a couple downloads, one of them being 6 steps to getting your first customer. Okay, so that's that. So then now we're going to go to the people, and these are suggestions, and go to your list. So pull up your email. Pull up the share carts that you sent that they never followed through. Those people are good people, right? Maybe go to those old conversations that you have on Facebook and Instagram or wherever, Pinterest, wherever you're living, right? Let's start going to the people that said not now, and let's reinvite them with energy. Promo code bonus, like, oh my gosh, like that's a great little tip, by the way. Send someone an invite, keep it short, and then send them another quick invite and go, oh my gosh, wait, I forgot to tell you, I just got a discount promo code for $20. Let's start really killing that, because that's going to help you. So don't just include it in your mass message. All right, let's spend some time on this. Okay, we're going to wrap up that activity. Shout out to one of my new coaches who just signed up yesterday and is on her Power Hour. Brienne, good job being here. Andrew Wallace with your voice memos, as well as Joy Bracero. You remind me when I was starting my coaching business, and I was pregnant actually at the time. But then when I had my baby, I see Joy holding her baby while she's doing her Power Hour. That was me too. My daughter was a clingy girl, always had to be here. All right, you ready? Let's not this one. We're going to come back to this one. Let's go to a strong invite one. We're going to go to invite from your list. And again, these are all options, but I want you to try to focus more so on, we're at different stages of our business. So some of you may be like, well, right now I really want to invite people to this upcoming challenge that I have starting. So for me, I've got a 10-day challenge that I do starting on February 14th. So for me, this week, aside from today, because today I'm running the coaching presentation, so I am going to be doing a coach promo for today because I'm doing a live presentation. So I want to try to get people on tonight. But from tomorrow after as well, I'm going to be really focusing on promoting for people to get into my challenge group, because I need to do that enough ahead of time and have those conversations so that they can order their product and have it in time. And what if someone misses a week out from the start of your challenge group and they won't get their shake in time, or whatever you're going to require to be a part of your group? Don't worry about it. Tell them, just get it, and once you get it, just start using it. Don't let that not having a product be a limitation. You can always switch the focus to being, well, let's really focus strong on your workouts in the beginning part of the challenge and start implementing some changes in your nutrition as well. Keep it simple, make it to their advantage and what they need. So if you're going to focus on coaching, I'm going to invite you to really focus on inviting people to check out coaching. Here's some options of what you could do. Like this one is really good about your challengers. If you've got challengers who really are great with posting, engaging, they're doing all the things like a good coach does, a cheerleader, a positive leader, someone who gets it. Go invite them to check out coaching, especially if you've got someone who's had great success in your challenge groups. I had one lady, she's still in there. She started one of my little quick 10-day challenges, and she did it for the March, and then she did it again in April, and she did it in May, and by June she lost 50 pounds. She's an example that people must be asking her, what are you doing? And she's a coach now because she's made those changes that compounded. So let's go invite from our list. Okay, so again, put a star next to that. If you are in the middle of it and you're like, wait, I got more, go for it. I want you to really push your limits, push your goals, work hard in the beginning, lay those seeds, because typically what happens now really doesn't come through until maybe 2 months from now. So typically when you're inviting someone new, they're seeing it for the first time. It's going to take them a while to stalk you a little bit to see if you're dipping your toe in or if you're really all in. That's a big sign. Would you want to Here's a question I want you to ask yourself. Would you want to join doing something with someone if they're all in and then MIA, wallflower, disappear? All in and out. You need some level of consistency. Again, you're still going to be riding highs, but you shouldn't go deep lows and disappears. If you find that you're doing that, then that's a problem you got to work on for yourself of finding ways of what's causing that. And let's fix that bad habit so that we can stay at least in some degree. So we're going to now go and do a couple things. One, I've got down at the bottom here a suggestion of what you could say. You can still continue the activity of asking people to check out becoming a coach or check out becoming a preferred customer. Again, I'm going to run a presentation for you tonight if you want to create this feeling of FOMO, that they don't want to miss this appointment because it's not going to happen again for another month, a live presentation. And if it's not my presentation, I want you to find somebody else's that works for you. I need you to really have something that's consistent to talk about the business. Or this top example. So if you're like, well, I really don't know who else I can ask, then maybe do this. Here's a way to create more engagement on your post is to go to your frequent followers, the frequent commenters, the people that are your biggest fans, and go send them a private message and ask them of this or that kind of post. So we're basically going to work towards creating engagement, but we're also going to create the content that your followers want to see so that they'll look forward to it. Don't go ask them, hey, what do you want me to post about this week? Or, hey, what do you struggle with your workouts? I will post about it. Don't tell them to make your content for you. Come to them with two options and say, hey, I was going to post about some typical problems for form and technique in a squat or typical problems with meal planning. Which one would you prefer this week? That's going to just create more engagement that Instagram and Facebook want to see that you've actually got this thread of connection with people that they want to talk to you. And then they're also going to be looking forward to your content. So pick one of these activities and let's finish up the power hour doing that. Okay, we got to wrap up together, but that doesn't mean you need to stop, does it? Keep doing this activity. And of course, I'm super pumped that you guys are always valuing your time to share with me, as well as all the other leaders that volunteer their time to do this. And I'm so glad that we can do this together. Thank you so much. If you guys want to take a picture, this is a good time to do that. Just say cheese, do your piece, do a thumbs up. Hey, I'm so glad that y'all were here. Thanks again. And again, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye. See ya, toy. You look so cute.